Hi. We're looking at Monday, September 13th, activity for the day, understanding expressions. So, whether or not you've taken your notes or not, let's take a look back at your notes. See, I have mine right here. An expression has no equal sign, so it's a problem with no equal sign. 4 times 2 by itself. No equal sign, that's an expression. 3 plus 5 by itself. No equal sign, that is an expression. So an expression is a math problem with no equal sign. So one day down the line, you'll see that, and that means does not equal. But right now, it just looks like kind of like the Ghostbusters, like no equal sign. We're talking about expressions. All right. So let's take a look. Study the following image. Okay. So it appears that we have 4, 8, 12 triangles. So if we're looking, I'm going to draw the same formation. There's 4, here is 8, well, not yet. Now there's 8, and then finally 12. And then next to that there's 2 big old lime green hearts. Alright, so we can make all sorts of problems for this. Make all sorts of expressions. I need to talk normal. We could make all sorts of expressions. So, for instance, right here, I see 1, 2, 3 groups of 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 groups of 4. So to me, that almost looks like 3 times 4. And the answer to 3 times 4 is 12. So that would match my 12 triangles that I'm looking at. And then, I don't know what exactly we're doing here, but we could also say that this was 2 groups of 1, even. So if you're wondering what those parentheses are, the symbols that look like this, just like you saw in, or you see in reading, those parentheses are grouping symbols. And what that means is whatever is in grouping symbols is going to be what you look at first when you're solving expressions and equations. So we might not be looking at brackets, which are kind of like the robot style, but we are looking at parentheses. Next thing that we have to do is look, do we have any multiplication and division? Because we have to do that before we do any addition or subtraction. So 3 times 4 is 12. And then the answer to 2 times 1 is 2. So if I'm finding the sum for both of these, or all of these together, I could put together the 3 groups of 4, which is 12, plus 2 gives me 14. So what we're trying to do here is start to realize that we can view things in groups. 3 groups of 4, 2 groups of 1. And this is what it would look like in numbers instead of pictures. So some things that you might see soon are different ways to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. And some of the ways that you see over here on the multiplication part, you might see this year or next year. But as that you can see, 5 times 2 is not only represented with your normal multiplication sign, but also with parentheses or even a dot.